Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, April 8th, and we are back for our third morning motivation of the week. We have tons of shout outs today, and those shout outs come with cool pictures and videos from your teachers. And we also have a goal that I am extra excited about today because of what we have going on in our world right now. I think this is going to be an awesome goal for us to show teamwork to some people in our community who matter a lot right now. And so I'm excited to share that goal with you and to have so many of you achieve that goal at some point today or later this week. Let's get started with our Brooke Creed. Go ahead and stand up and say it with me. 1, 2, 3. I am a Brooke Scholar. I have the power to determine who I am, who I will become, and what I do in life. I will stay focused on achieving excellence. I will make smart choices because I respect myself, my teammates, and my community. Today is a step on my path toward success. Let's get started with a birthday celebration for today. So today we have Gigi from Holy Cross who is turning 6. So Gigi, if you are watching, I hope you have a fabulous birthday. I hope you and Sydney get to celebrate together and do something special for your birthday. And remember, if you guys talk to Gigi today, over the phone or maybe in a hangout with your teacher, make sure to wish her a happy birthday so that she feels really cared about and really loved. Gigi, I hope you have an amazing birthday and that you really enjoy your day. Let's get into shout outs for this morning. Our first shout out comes from Mr. Skyer, who has a shout out for Malcolm. When Mr. Skyer conferenced with Malcolm on Monday, Malcolm had already finished his math assignment that day. So Mr. Skyer asked him if he wanted some challenge work, and Malcolm was so excited about that challenge work. He said yes, he wanted to do it, and he's already completed that too, which means that not only is he keeping up with the work that his whole class is doing, but he's also taking on new challenges when they're offered to him, and he's getting those done because he is so focused. Malcolm, that shows awesome leadership, and Mr. Skyer and I are both very proud of you. Let's give 2 claps for Malcolm. Our next shout out comes from Miss Rely, and it's a shout out for Wilhelmina. During her math conference, Wilhelmina was super focused, and even though it was a difficult word problem that she was working on, she pushed through and she got the answer correct. And check out that picture of her with her work. You can see how proud she is of herself and how happy she is that she showed self-determination in that word problem. Wilhelmina, that is awesome. Miss Rely and I are really proud of you, so make sure to keep up that fantastic self-determination and focus. 2 claps for Wilhelmina. Our next shout out also comes from Miss Rely. It has an awesome video that goes with it, and it's a shout out for Edriel. Edriel, I think, as all of you guys know, is someone who is always really excited to learn, really excited to work hard. And he showed that in a very cool video that he sent to Miss Rely this week. So this is a video of him doing an awesome explanation of a math problem that he was given, I think, for one of his exit tickets. And you can see his careful and his focused work, and I think we'll all learn a lot from watching this video. So let's check it out.
T2. Now I am going to do the number sentence that represent my work. So 38 plus 24 equals 62. And this wasn't here. So this is our missing part. Because total part.
Edriel, that is awesome math work. I can tell you have been listening so carefully to the math lessons from Miss Rely and that you're excited to try all of that on your own. And I also want to add to the shout out that Miss Crispin got a video from Edriel's little sister, who's going to be in kindergarten next year. And she was doing some math on a paper just like Edriel. And so Edriel, that shows me that not only have you been doing your work, but you've been setting a really good example for your little sister. And that shows awesome leadership. Let's give 2 claps for Edriel. Our next shout out comes from Mrs. Olette, and it's for Olivia, who has definitely been practicing her reading and her counting while she is at home. So in her conference that Olivia had with Mrs. Olette, she fluently read 2 books. That means she read with a really smooth and expressive voice. to Mrs. Olette, and she counted by 2s and 5s without any mistakes. Olivia, that means you've been working really, really hard at home, so make sure to keep up that hard work. 2 claps for Olivia. Our next shout out comes from Ms. Vargas, and it's a shout out for Tyree. Tyree was so ready for his conference this week that he even put on a fancy shirt to show that he was ready to get started right away and he was ready to work. And you can check it out in this picture here. He looks so excited to learn with Ms. Vargas, and that's the type of attitude that's going to help him to grow his brain a ton. And Tyree, I cannot look at that picture of you without smiling, so thank you for spreading that joy to people around you. Tyree, that's awesome excitement for learning. Make sure to keep that up. You are being a huge role model. 2 claps for Tyree. Next up, we have someone who achieved a goal that we set, I believe this was about a week and a half ago, to find a cozy spot and to read. Hopefully this is something that you're doing every day, not just on days when you're trying to achieve a goal for morning motivation, but you're doing it every single day. I saw this awesome video that Miss Rely shared with me of Adrian finding a cozy spot to read, and the spot that he finds is one of my favorite spots too, so check it out. Reading before you go to bed is a great habit to start building. It's an activity that will help to calm you down and it will get you ready to go to sleep and have a good night's sleep. And it's a really, really cozy and comfy place to snuggle up and enjoy a book. So if you haven't done that yet, try out Adrian's strategy and I think you'll really enjoy it. All right, moving into today's goal that I'm so excited for. Today's Wednesday, so it's going to be a teamwork goal. And a lot of you know that our world is going through kind of a weird time right now where we need everybody to work together and we need everybody to be a team so that we can keep people safe and we can keep people healthy. And there are some people, and I bet you know some of these people, who are working so hard to do that every single day. And they're called community helpers. So community helpers are people who have jobs that serve our community, so that take care of our community in different ways. And right now they're working extra hard so that everyone can stay safe and everyone can stay healthy. And so a way that you can show teamwork is you can figure out a way to say thank you to one of those people. Now, we know we're not supposed to spend time with people in person. So a good strategy that you could use is you could write them a note and you can mail it, or you could draw them a picture and you can mail it, or maybe if you know one of these people personally, you can show that note through a text message or through a phone call. You can read it to them to share your thanks for these community helpers. So on the next page, what I put is some examples of people who are community helpers. So you all have someone who is still delivering the mail to your house every single day. You could make a special surprise for the person who delivers the mail to your house by writing them a note and maybe taping it to your front door so that they can pick it up and they can read that you're telling them thank you. That would be a great way to show teamwork to that community helper. Doctors and nurses and people who drive and work in an ambulance, those are people who are good community helpers too. If your family knows someone who works in a hospital or who works in a doctor's office or an ambulance, maybe you could call them up or you could mail that specific person a letter. Or maybe you could write a letter to a hospital that's close by just to say thank you to the people that are in the hospital. That could be a good idea too. People who work in the grocery store are also really good community helpers right now. So hopefully you're not going to the grocery store, but if you have a family member who's going to the grocery store and they're dressing and they're really safe and they're really careful, maybe they can give your thank you note to someone who's working at the grocery store next time they go there, and that would make that person feel really cared about. Police officers and firefighters are other people who are good community helpers right now. I know a lot of you guys have police officers or firefighters in your family. So if you do, you could write them a thank you note or draw them a thank you picture for helping our community right now. And then the last one, I included this because I know you all know someone who does this, is your teacher is a community helper. So your teacher is someone who's making sure that kids in the community keep their brain growing during this time. So that could be someone, if you're not sure of who else to write to, that you could write a note to or you could draw a picture for to say thank you for helping the community during this time. So right now, get in your head, who are you going to say thank you to? How are you going to say thank you to that person? Okay, lock that in your brain. And make sure that when you're working on this goal that you talk to your family about it before you figure out how to share that letter, okay? Because I don't want any of you going anywhere without your family knowing. So you have to make sure to talk to your family first, and then you can come up with a plan with your family for how to get the letter or the note to this community helper. And if you do that, make sure to share it with me. I think this is a really important goal. And so I'm hoping that a lot of you guys do that and a lot of you share it with me later today or later this week or over the weekend. All right, let's do a drum roll for our core value song, please. Drum roll, please. Let's see what it's going to be. I'm sitting down today, so it's up here behind me. All right. Perfect song for today when we have our teamwork goal. Our song is teamwork. So go ahead and stand up, get your body ready, and let's do this.
Check out my team. Oh, yeah. Working as hard as can be, we will succeed. Oh, yeah. It's our responsibility. Check out my team. Oh, yeah. Working as hard as can be, we will succeed. Oh, yeah. It's our responsibility. Let me tell you about my team. We get the job done because we know 2 heads are better than 1. If you lend me your hand, well then I'll lend you mine, and the results will be better in half the time. Check out my team. Oh, yeah. Working as hard as can be, we will succeed. Oh, yeah. It's our responsibility. Check out my team. Oh, yeah. Working as hard as can be, we will succeed. Oh, yeah. It's our responsibility. We made a commitment to do all that we can. If we work hard together, then we'll accomplish the plan. We practice hard every day, so we're ready to perform. That's what you get from someone in a Brook uniform. Check out my team. Oh, yeah. Working as hard as can be, we will succeed. Oh, yeah. It's our responsibility. Check out my team. Oh, yeah. Working as hard as can be, we will succeed. Oh, yeah. It's our responsibility. Now we've come a long way from where we began, but you get out what you put in to do the best you can. You know we're proud of one another, we believe in each other, but we're never gonna stop and slow down. We don't complain, we're on our way. Bring on the challenges, cause we are beyond OK. Check out my team. Oh, yeah. Working as hard as can be, we will succeed. Oh, yeah. It's our responsibility. Check out my team. Oh, yeah. Working as hard as can be, we will succeed. Oh, yeah. It's our responsibility. Check out my team. Oh, yeah. Working as hard as can be, we will succeed. Oh, yeah. It's our responsibility. Check out my team. Oh, yeah. Working as hard as can be, we will succeed. Oh, yeah. It's our responsibility.
All right, everyone, I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Make sure to work on that goal at some point today or later this week or over the weekend of saying thank you through a note or a picture to one of our community helpers. And that will make them feel so cared about and so taken care of during a time that is really, really tough for them and for our country. I hope you all have a fabulous day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.